EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. And off we go from Allegiant Stadium. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Ashton Jeanty. And that play gets nothing. So, no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders. 39 yards.
At the 26-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. But the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike. Make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. That'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Going to throw right away. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's the pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. keep him in the pocket, keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now Penix to throw. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
And now he's just single-handedly taking over this drive, Mike. I mean, they better find a way to neutralize him before he does more damage. Get more bodies on him, take the protection to him. Either way, just get him blocked.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before third down. From the gun, here is Penix. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. On fourth down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. Back deep, it's Trey Tucker. It'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60.
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. Open man. That's Dante Thornton. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
A gain of 12 yards.
That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Here we go. 79 Bronco. 19 Lion.
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. It's second down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Third down.
Don't need much. It is third and inches. He'll try to pick it up with Genty. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on third and inches.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Second and 1 now from the 21. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
And they go with the RPO there in the hopes of making something happen after the catch. So often you can kind of run your receiver through those voided zones and come out the backside. I just didn't love the timing. I think he got to just let that play develop a little bit longer and not be in such a hurry.
Let's go now. 60 Bisons. Go.
On third down, they go with Genty. And he'll be taken down, so we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come fourth down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up first and goal.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal.
Set. Mikey, 18. Blitz. Dragon 60.
To throw, it's McCarthy. Oh, man, wide open. He's got it. Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. His 6th touchdown now for the season. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Check, go get him.
Pitts is the man in motion. On second down, Penix. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
First and 10. On play action, Penix. He'll step up and run this. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll throw on first down with Penix.
Penix's pass complete to Darnell Mooney. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the Raiders' 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. And we're back in Vegas after this. 3rd down and 9.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Lion. Let's make 19.
From the gun, it's Penix. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
60 Eagle, 79 Bronco.
Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. For the left side, he gets that to Mooney. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. I don't mind the call, giving it to the fullback, thinking he can just kind of plow his way through and pick up the 1st down. But what you're not expecting is for him to actually lose yardage, and that's exactly the case here. Now changes things a little bit now as they face this 3rd down.
3rd and 2, and Penix. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
1918.
Pitts is the man in motion. On the toss, they'll run. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. He's got his receiver, and that's Jack Pettis. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A gain of 17.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
On first down, here's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Vegas.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
London brought in motion. Throwing now, Penix on first down. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On second down, here's Penix. He'll look London's way again. It's complete again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. To throw is Penix. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Moore going in motion. They'll turn and hand this one off. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Penix. Left side in the hands of London. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Again, on 2nd and 10, it's Penix. That's to the right side and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, Penix. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. The Falcons sending out the field goal unit. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good. From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Now a timeout. Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 3rd and 7.
Go! Viking 18! Check out!
The RPO. That one is complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Here's 1st and 10.
28 yards. And a Raider first down.
throwing on second down is McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
10 yards to go.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Cougar 19. 79 Bronco.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. Forced out wide. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
To the goal line and in. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Gay to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Raiders are out to a 21-10 lead.
Falcons 10.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Penix. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. The third quarter begins with a run. The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Now Penix to throw on second down. Back to the sideline and intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out into the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Let's go now. Go.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Not fun here. Third and a lot.
Liking 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Defense can't stop you. Trap 60. Trap 60. Mustang 19. Warrior 70. Hot go. 19 tight. 19.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
They'll throw on first down with Penix.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
On third down. That one taken in. Mason Tipton. Touchdown Falcons. That his second TD catch of the season. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Now Penix and the Falcons will line it up and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the
contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So let's try this again. They come to the line to go for 2.
Nope, let's go. 18, Pioneer.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Now Penix and the Falcons will line it up and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
79 Bronco. Trap 60, trap 60. Track him, 60.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful two-point conversion.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up two fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A pistol look, and here's Genty. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. It is 3rd and long.
60 Eagle. Go.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's good.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
Ball
1.
on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Genty going to get it on the zone read. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one.
7 Pirates. Let's go. 60 Bobcat. 60. Crap ball, 80. Go.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
A.J. Cole
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just had the wrong spin. It goes into the end zone, touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 20-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That'll be caught. It's Tyler Algier. And he's going to go out of bounds, though there are markers on the field, as the officials will sort this one out. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
On the board, first catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here is Penix. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
At their own 16-yard line.
On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, 8 yards to go.
19 Lions. Let's go. Coop, trap 60, trap 60. Dragon 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Play it.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll find Kiki out of the backfield. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
This looks like a design run, and he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
You know, Mike, anytime you have a mobile quarterback and it's fourth down, your philosophy on defense has to be take him away first. And that's exactly what this defense did here, being able to contain the quarterback, keep him short of that first down marker, and get off the field on fourth down.
Ready, set. Pass the 60, pass the 60.
London brought in motion. Now Panic's going to get it forward on a pop pass. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's first and goal.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Falcons, first down. First and goal, Atlanta.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Pitts is the man in motion. Here's a run. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On second down, here's Penix. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it. He's to midfield. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Raiders. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Raiders 28, Falcons 18.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. First down throw there is... complete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Back to the air again on second and 10. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Warriors, 17. 18, right in. Ready up.
He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Raiders will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Ready? Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Genty, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Troy Anderson. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
Check, check.
Once again, it's Genty. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Raider 1st down.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
Hey, switch, switch, switch.
They'll go again with Genty. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Go!
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
60 buck, Jack, 60 buck. Let's go now. Bronco 80. 60 Maverick, 79 Bronco. Buffalo 18.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Matt Gay on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Cut 19, cut 19. Pump that 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis. Run right up the gut of Genty. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
McCarthy going to tap this one forward to his receiver.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. Big save
got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
Field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here's first down.
19, 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 18, Pioneers. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Dragon 60.
They'll drop to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still one timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10.
19, 18. Buffalo 18.
He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now the Falcons will use their third final timeout. It comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
19, 18, Redwood, 18, Redwood, 19, Lions. Go.
They'll look to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
60 Vikings, 60, Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Ready.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. We are set for 4th and long.
And it's 4th down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down on what will be a big play there from 4th and long. So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other
Zombie.